Okay, so we're doing a viewer follow-up here. We've got a couple of long-time contributors and a second comer, I guess we'll say.
All right.
So, yeah, let's dig in. This is going to be fun.
All right. So the first one says Batman.
So this is from Nicholas again.
Yes.
The guy who said
no more getting tattooed.
he was done getting tattooed. He was going to black out both of his arms.
They felt like you hurt his feelings. Poor Nicholas.
Good. But unfortunately, it didn't work.
Nicholas has bad tattoos. Let's see how this one is.
He's back again with more garbage.
All right. Says, hey, Remy, I thought this one might be the one you'd have something nice to say about. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, he already knew.
If not, it'll still be educational and funny as always. I love Batman because my father watching Adam West with me when I was little. And then the cartoon. And obviously Joker is the GOAT of villains. Even if you don't like the tattoo, I thought maybe you'd at least understand why this character means so much to me. Sincerely, your friend Nicholas. And then his next one says, hey Remy, this is a fresh pic of the Batman tattoo I sent you the other day. I just found it, so wanted to show you. Same story though. So
yeah, so let's just get into this thing.
This is our fresh, and that is our healed.
Wow. It's
yeah. I bumped my elbow.
Yeah, that's okay. This tattoo is almost as bad as the rest of his stuff. It's just minimal, so it doesn't have the chance to be an outright disaster like the Mr. Hanky or the other Batman tattoo he has already, by the way. He has a Batman as a cover-up on a shitty piece on his arm, which, by the way, I still think the original tattoo is probably better than the cover-up. So.
I feel like what I don't understand is like this artist like doesn't know how to blend, and I don't know.
I mean, don't look too close. Like with this, like pretty much any time that this guy sends me anything, it's gonna be less of a tattoo critique now and more of like a human critique. Like I don't know why this keeps going like this.
Or like a little check-in. Hey, how's Nicholas doing? He's still getting tattoos.
I think this for him is more about the meme of it now.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think it turned a corner at some point where like if he was ever being serious with these, like I think that time has passed.
He would have found a better artist a long time ago.
Well, he recently also asked me for my workout routine, right? Like just in the same kind of tattoo inquiry, like the same format. Like it was like he's just fucking around now.
No, you guys do not want to know Remy's workout routine.
I work out
it
constantly.
Is insane.
But like I'm not gonna get into that. But like it's just kind of just nattering away at this point. Like I think it's just an excuse to be on the show. Which
and to enjoy your conversational skills. I mean, you're fun to talk to.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm married to you, so.
We had a kid brought in here. My brother's starting to tattoo, and he brought this kid in that had a bunch of garbage on him, and I don't think he's ever been told.
Oh, no.
And, like, I was just outright with him. I was just like,
I hurt you.
Well, he wanted to make it even worse.
I know he did.
Like, he was looking to make the problem. I was like, this is not going to happen at this shop.
Or something had done all these little things on
I was
him.
like, you are this close to full black sleeves on both arms, and you're like 18.
Yeah, and he declined a free cover-up from.
Well, because he didn't want the reality of what the cover-up's going to look like, right?
Yeah, big.
When you do all these tiny bullshits everywhere, and you destroy your canvas, it's like, okay, now you're getting a Raven, or a full color cover-up, and a lot of people don't like color for some reason. So it's like, okay, well then you can have a black sleeve. It's like, but the full color cover-up is like probably $5,000 to $20,000 depending on who you go to, and they're going to take forever with it.
Right.
So it's like when you keep doing these all over the place, when you do get to a place where you want to cover them, it's going to be expensive. And Nicholas here does not like that idea. Like
no,
it's like
I think
that
Nicholas...
cover up that he did on the script or whatever the fuck it was on his arm of another Batman was like he tried to budget. Like he tried to go to a cheap artist, apparently a touring artist, and it was a fucking outright disaster. You could see the old tattoo through it, and it was all scarred up and fucked. And it's just like when you get into the cover-up game, you got to spend some money, and like I think he should probably just foot the money for some good tattoos going forward, and I've said this every time, so that he doesn't end up in this position. He's nowhere near getting done getting tattooed, as I said last time. So I think he's already sent me another one since this. We're not there yet.
Jeez.
So I think this is going to be an ongoing, recurring joke on the show. Anyway, we're moving along here.
All right,
Mr.
so
Paul Doctor.
this one says, just a title, Panthera wind bars and dynamic black color in leaves. So, oh yeah, it's this guy again.
Yeah, so this guy, I've seen this torso piece now almost as much as mine, I would say.
Yeah.
He just keeps sending it, and there are some like slight variations here, but it's almost the same as it was.
I mean, it looks cool, but like your nipples are screaming at me.
I don't understand why the nipples are still there.
I vote you don't update us until the nipples are gone.
I mean, I don't really need another update on this. I've said what I wanted to about this piece, and
If the nipples are gone, I want an update. No
it's
nips.
not changing a whole lot. And also, like, this guy lost his shit at some point a while ago and just went on like this rampage, like leaving like insults all over my YouTube.
He wanted your attention so bad.
Well, yeah, I think he sends these in here and he's expecting like an immediate turnaround, like it's gonna happen the next episode.
No, man. We
'Cause, like,
we got lots of stuff happening.
With his jellyfish thing, he was starting to get impatient. Remember the black jellyfish thing? And I was like, dude, like it's coming up eventually.
And you're not doing revolutionary work here, sir.
Well,
Sorry.
it's fine. Like the work is fine.
Yeah.
The attitude is worse, but like I'm sure the same has been said about me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
But like I don't assume that I'm
A
the
bit
only
prickly.
fucking person on the planet either.
Yeah, you're also not like in someone's comments being awful.
I don't give a fuck if anyone ever. People feature my work all the time, whether I like it or not. But like, I'm not demanding anyone to do anything.
Right.
Like, if you send it in here, it's like. And by the way, I'm not bound to like it just because you do either.
Yeah.
Because I think he was saying some things like I think I featured another bodysuit one time and I wasn't as hard on it in his opinion as I was on his. And it's like, dude, I grade on a curb. If you got a big batch of nonsense, then yeah, I'm probably not going to be judging it as critically as I will a 9 out of 10 suit, right? So there are some allowances to be made.
Yeah.
It's like when you're on the bottom, there's all kinds of things to say, but it's like it's easy to get better.
Yeah, I will
Right.
also say that Remy more or less is it's really hard to impress him. I show him tattoos all the time, not ones that I've done.
I've seen the scope of what's
tattoos
out there.
all the time that I think are cool and impressive, and he's just like meh.
I've seen the scope
Like,
of what's out there, and like I'm a perfectionist in my own shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not even impressed with my own work.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get a positive reaction out of him. I do, however, really like this green, like tealy outline on this piece here.
I do. It's cool. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
With the
what
red,
to
I
say.
think it looks nice.
I think it's a bolder color. It looks better than just leaving it negative. It
Yeah.
pops more, especially against the red. It's contrasting tones.
Yeah, a little extra fun.
Yep. But like I said, I like that he did this blast over. I don't know why the nipple is still fucking remaining, but with the hard black around the nipple, it's now more present than it was before.
And they don't. I mean, if you're gonna, butt up right
none of these
beside
things
that
hurt
nipple,
that
just
much.
run it over.
I was just into my armpit again for like the
Yeah.
14th or 15th time. The left one, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you have a full bodysuit, these are just things you do.
Yeah,
Especially when they're like that
if you
fucking.
can get that close to it too, just do it. Just commit. I'm sure that it's not gonna hurt any worse than being right next to it.
It's no worse than anything else
Yeah.
around there. In fact, right on the nipple itself, I don't find is that painful. The areola is kind of teary feeling, but when you get right on that nipple, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's just like seconds though. I mean,
But like
in the grand scheme of things.
the
it's
thing I
nothing.
want to say here before we move on is like, if you're gonna send me things, like understand there's a buffer. We're usually working 2 months ahead, and I've got fucking hundreds of emails I haven't gotten to yet.
Yep.
And so like
Not to mention
understand
you
that.
have a life separate from this too.
Oh
and
fuck!
you're
This isn't
running
all I do. Sometimes this is the
multiple-
last thing we want to do.
We're running multiple social media pages, and you're running the shop, and like there's a lot going on, guys.
Oh,
Like chill.
I've got a fucking wife and a son. let's fucking settle down a little here.
Some dogs.
My whole life doesn't revolve around someone who wants to skip the line on Remy Reacts, for fuck's sake.
You want to skip the line? Send me some T-shirts.
Oh,
I'll
it's
get you
gonna
at the
take
head
more
of the
than that.
line.
It's going to take more than that.
Stickers,
Anyway,
T-shirts, pins.
we're moving along. I don't want to beat this guy to
Halloween
death. I'm happy that I've called him out, though. I think that kind of behavior is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway.
Yes. Let's talk about this.
So we've had this leg sleeve sent in before. I almost did a whole feature on it because there's a lot going on here, but there isn't quite enough going on here to have a whole episode dedicated. But he sent me some close-ups, and we can see the Batman there, which I quite like.
Yeah.
And this new Michael Myers piece that's been added to it. This is a piece that Rick would give his right not to do.
Yeah, this looks like a fun one too. I really like the high contrast.
Is that the Godfather sitting down there below? I don't actually
Kinda
know who
looks
that
like
is.
it, hey?
He's a little smaller than the other guys, so he's hard to make out, but I think that's the Godfather.
It kind of does look like it.
All that script below him is completely impossible to read. I think
yeah.
I mentioned that last time.
People want impossible things, and they don't care when you tell them that it ain't gonna work. I'll tell you.
No, it's just not at the same scale as the rest of this, but it does
Sometimes
have a cool
it
look
doesn't
to it.
matter though. And then what's this guy?
This is the Terrifier, I believe.
This is not one that I know very well.
Well, I mean, he's relatively new.
Yeah.
Everything else here is fairly old. Even the Dragon Ball characters down there. See, this is what my critique was last time. It's like, how does a Dragon Ball fit with all the rest of this shit?
It's just what he likes.
I mean, it's cool. Like, this whole leg sleeve has a pretty cool look to it. And, like, my legs are not going to be like my arms are. You know, they're going to be like bits and bobs, and it'll all connect together in some way. I'm thinking like a red or blue background for everything.
Yeah.
Allie suggested like white on black stars, which is fucking hilarious. Like trad stars and dots. It's kind of a funny idea.
It is pretty funny.
But yeah, I plan on having more of a mishmash of characters and
Mishmash.
different ideas on my legs.
Yeah,
So
my legs are a mishmash too.
I think legs are perfect for that. And they're kind of nice to do just like one-off tattoos sometimes. So of course, there'll be like 2 or 3 offs for me because everything has to be passed more than once over black. But yeah, I don't know. This is a cool leg sleeve, and I'm happy to see these close-ups. This Brad Pitt's a little easier to read
Is this one
way.
like Fight Club?
I think it is from Fight Club, but it could be a different movie.
Never understand the fascination with guys in Fight Club. I only ever
Well,
saw it once, and I really
good
had no
movie,
desire
but-
to watch it again.
It's the same thing with like Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff. Sometimes these things become more of like a cult following than a genuine interest.
I
but-
tell you, I love Halloween. I like Nightmare Before Christmas, but I've never been that girl that, you know,
yeah,
there's
it became everyone's
like
identity.
your like really good friend, like she's got Nightmare Before Christmas,
Oh, yeah,
everything.
she's always been that way.
And like I just like no, I'm not knocking the friend is awesome, but you know I just don't get it. It's
I
just
don't
not
know.
my
For
thing.
those movies, I liked Edward Scissorhands the most,
well,
personally.
yeah.
We had one of the Edward Scissorhands
The
songs.
snow
with her.
dance song was
Yeah,
for
the-
our wedding.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
we walked down the aisle to that.
Beautiful song. Yeah, that was a stroke of genius on your part there.
Yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah. And then, well, there's
Cheesy.
You were so cheesy, super romantic.
So I don't know who this one is.
No, I
But
mean,
I
I would
really
just
like-
say it's death.
I like the glow of the candle a lot, though.
Yeah.
Like I didn't notice at first how much nice color play is going on with the
On his cloak there and stuff.
yeah, behind the piercing
Yeah.
bright of the candle.
And there's kind of that warm glow and that clock there,
Yeah.
which is really nice. The only thing is, I wish it would have transferred down a bit to that rose.
Yeah,
Like,
the rose isn't as nice. It
on
looks like it
that-
was done beforehand.
on the one side of the rose closest to the candle, it should have been, you know, it should have carried forward that warm glow, and then all.
Well, like I said, I think it was
tips
done
there.
after the fact, but they could still blast some orange and yellow
I
over
think
that.
so. Give it that warmness that it's missing. For
Some
sure.
people don't think they can cover color with color, but you sure can.
Oh, you can. At this point, again, I will just throw out there: your body is a bucket. If you pump enough of one color in there, you're getting rid of the other color. That's just the way it is. That's how it works.
Also, the fact that it probably wouldn't be the exact same is actually a benefit in this.
But as
'cause
long as you use
should
a yellow
look-
that is a on the red scale, I think it'll work, right?
Well,
Like,
no, but I mean, like, it would look kind of odd if it was just like a complete plaster over. It should be a bit of a glaze, you know?
Yeah,
So,
blend it out nicely.